You already know who this is, and yeah, we got another unboxing video for you guys. How many of these have I done in the past year or more? I've done quite a bit, but anyways, you guys already see the title. It's the MonsterArts Shin Godzilla, the 4th Night Combat version that came out back in 2023. So getting this guy now was not cheap at all, but I'm a big fan of Shin Godzilla, and I've always wanted to get my hands on a Tamashii Nations Shin Godzilla. So here we are, 2 years too late, but better late than never, I guess. And what was I gonna say? Damn. Anyways, let's just get straight to the unboxing. I came back from work. I just got back from work, so how am I gonna do this? So much tape. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the annoying ass part with all the tape out of the way, so we can do the rest right here. I'm gonna assume this is kind of where I gotta do this. Yep. Okay. Did I do it correctly? Yes, I did. I did. And here we go. I can already see a little bit of the box. Let's go. Shin Godzilla. Let's go. Okay. So, let's do this. Okay. Push it down a little bit, like so. Let's see if we can pull them out. Okay. Just like so. That was simple. Big ass box out of the way. Ooh. Okay. So here it is, where you can sort of see it without the freaking bubble wrap in the way. Shin Godzilla or Shin Gojira, if you want to be authentic, if that's the right word. But yeah, I got this from eBay from a Japanese seller, so shout out to him. And let's get him out of the freaking bubble wrap. Let's do it. Okay. I apologize for this being so sloppy. Again, doing these unboxing videos is not easy with just one hand while I'm holding the camera with the other, but you gotta work with what you got, you know? Okay, cardboard out of the way. Okay, let me get him out of the bubble wrap for good. Okay, here's the box. Let me flip it over. Okay. Really nice box. I like that. Shin Godzilla. Godzilla 2016, the 4th Night Combat version. So pretty much, this is Tamashii's redo of Shin Godzilla, because their first one sucked. It was trash. It was trash. Their first attempt at Shin Godzilla was hot garbage. Everyone hated it, and so they decided to make a whole new one and renamed it the 4th Night Combat version, an updated version. So here it is, Shin Godzilla. Let's go. Okay, side of the box. Okay, let me see. Okay, I saw a little bit of my room, but anyways, some promo shots on the side of the box, because in the back of the box you actually get to see the figure. So before we do that, here's the bottom of the box, another shot of the figure, promo shot. And okay, here we go. Here's the figure itself. Okay, let me do this. Let me see if this is better. That is a lot better. Okay, there we go. So again, this is my first ever Shin Godzilla from Tamashii Nations. I have a few Bandais. One movie monster series and 2 little ones. And then I have 2 NECA Shins from the company NECA that no longer does Godzilla stuff, but here we are. Alright. Very nice. Okay, so got the little tape, so let's get him out. Alright. Okay. That's how it goes. Okay. Flip him over. Let me get this big ass box out of the way. Okay. Let's pull him out. Like so. There he is. So, let me get this box out of the way. No instructions as expected. He doesn't come with any accessories, unfortunately. But it's whatever. I mean, after all, I did buy something else recently. I won't say what it is just yet, but you'll see what I mean in a few days or so. But anyways, here he is in his plastic prison. So let's get him out. Let me first look at the eyes. This one looks fine for the most part. Now, let's see. Okay. The other one seems to look fine because he's not really gonna look forward. Because if you know Shin Godzilla, you know his eyes are a bit derpy in the movie. That's because of his design. That's how he's supposed to be. Pretty heartbreaking story of his in constant agony. Apparently, I'm not sure if that's true. That might just be a theory. It's been a while since I've seen the movie. I'm gonna have to do this off camera. Pulling this thing out. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so this piece of the plastic is out. Here's Shin in all his glory. Let's take this piece out. Okay, now let's see if anything will fall off. I hope not, but let's see. Oh, okay, nothing fell off. Nothing fell off. All the joints are sticking together. Really nice. Man, this is a beauty. This is really nice. I always loved how that sculpt looked for Shin from Tamashi. And now having it in person, this is really nice. Okay, I'm gonna take out all of this stuff, put it to the side, and yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so Shin is looking really, really nice. That long ass tail. One of my favorite features about Shin, that long ass, ridiculously long tail, and what is supposedly a head or a face at the end of the tail. I think it's at the other side. I'll show it off in a bit, but and then just how freaky, like gnarly, like creepy he is, his nature or whatever. So this eye, on this side, it's looking like, this eye looking up. And of course, this is Shin Godzilla, so it doesn't really matter if his eyes are messed up or not, because either way, he is pretty much like that in the movie. And yeah, you can see how freaking wide his jaw can open. Really nice. And another thing I noticed is how sturdy he is. Like, he can stand on his own perfectly fine, even on this mattress, blanket, whatever. And he's stiff, not too stiff, but just enough. I like that. I remember one of the big complaints about the original one, pieces kept falling off, the tail, pieces of the tail, the legs, the jaw. But no, everything's perfectly fine. I'm moving him around a bit, and yeah, I moved the tail a bit into this classic Shin Godzilla position, and yeah, so far He's stiff, but not too stiff. That is the perfect way to do this. Stiff, but not too stiff. That's perfect. I like that. So again, doesn't come with any accessories, which is fine. But articulation. I don't think I'm going to be able to show off the articulation in this video, because yeah, with one hand it's going to be impossible to do all the articulation, like moving the legs and the tail a little bit. I mean, I guess I can demonstrate. So the tail is on ball joints. You can like a bunch of ball joints. Like, you can't really see it because the schemes are very well hidden actually, but there is a bunch of ball joint system here. A bunch of ball joints, which is really nice. Very good range of articulation. That's Tamashi's specialty. Mwah. Chef's kiss, if you will. Beautiful, beautiful work done. As you know, Godzilla Minus One is my #1 favorite film of all time. No doubt about that. But Shin Godzilla has always been my favorite version of Godzilla himself. Yep. I said it. And having this guy, I'm beyond blessed. The paint's alright. The teeth look, I guess you would say, a little funky, but considering again this is Shin Godzilla, doesn't really matter. He always had that gnarly look, like creepy vibe to him, which people will find creepy. I find it really cool. That's kind of my thing. And I love seeing reactions of people freaking out about this Godzilla and his other forms. I love that. Like, people getting grossed out and scared about the stuff I like that. I am into horror, so it kind of fits. And Shin Godzilla is sort of a horror movie. Sort of. Not really, but compared to the other Godzilla films, along with Godzilla Minus One, those two are the most horror, along with the OG 54. And sort of the 84 Return of Godzilla as well, from 1984. But anyways, let me do a quick comparison with... I have the Bandai Movie Monster series, Shin Godzilla. Big difference, sort of. Similar sculpt. They did a good job. They did a really good job with the Movie Monster series figure, but of course, the paint and the detail is gonna change a bit. Again, here's the classic Shin Godzilla tail pose that I sort of got this one in. But of course, the articulation is way different, obviously. Really nice figures. Absolutely. I'm a big fan of this Godzilla. Shin Godzilla? Yes. I'm a huge fan of this Godzilla. And matter of fact, here's another one. The little bandit one. Little baby Shin. But anyways, I'm gonna bring out some other figures. I have the both NECA Shin Godzilla as well, the normal one and the Atomic Breath version from NECA. I have both figures, but they're out of reach right now, so I'm just gonna compare them with other figures that I have close by or that looks interesting next to him. So I'll be right back, and we're gonna do some fun, quick little size comparisons. I'll be right back. Okay, so she finally cooled down over there, just chilling, so let's continue on. So first up, here's a demoniacal fit, Son Goku, and Shin Godzilla's a pretty big boy. He's a pretty tall figure for SH MonsterArts, so that's a really nice comparison right there. Very nice. And then here's SH Figuarts Iron Man Mark 85 5 years later edition. Also came out in the same year, actually, 2023. So I recently just unboxed him, and I also uploaded his video like yesterday, I think, or the day before. So here's a nice comparison between the two. Very nice indeed. And for our last size comparison, here's a little mini Venom figure from the Sony Venom 3 movie 4K Blu-ray set thing. That came with a little minifigure. Actually, this one's from the anyways, this one came in the digital version. There was two ways you can get him. One with the digital movie and the other one with the 3 movie pack. But anyways, obviously Shin dwarfs him, so that's pretty nice. Shin's a pretty big boy, and my cat keeps barging in. But whatever, I guess. Okay, so here's a closer look at Shin Godzilla. All the detail, and yes, he is pretty translucent, as you can see. That is really nice throughout his tail. That is really nice. You can sort of see the ball joints, the system. That looks really nice. Absolutely beautiful. So again, closer look at the detail and the little toes, and the little mini toes all over his feet, because that, my friends, those are not spots of paint. Those are actual toes from the design. Again, Shin Godzilla has a very gnarly design. The long ass tail, the short tiny chicken arms, the red all over him. Almost zombie looking Godzilla, if you will. The way his mouth opens so ridiculously wide. And then all the little toes on his feet. Now I'm not talking about the normal ones, I'm talking about all the little ones that you can sort of see. If the camera will focus, please. Please. Okay, the camera wants to be a little bitch. There we go, finally. There you go, now you can see the toes a little more clearly. All over his feet. Same on this side. And a little bit on his little tiny chicken arms. You can barely see it. Stupid camera, but that is Shin Godzilla, my friends. The MonsterArts Godzilla 2016. Shin Godzilla, the 4th night combat version. Very beautiful figure. Let's see if we can get a shot at the supposed face on the tail. There it is. You can, the camera, there it is. You can sort of see it. The little face, the skull. Very nice. So I apologize, I can't really show off the articulation right now. It will be almost impossible to do with just one hand, but you get the idea. I mean, here's the basic stuff. And the tail is just filled with ball joints, so you can just move it any way you want. And then the legs, of course. Body crunches over like that. Very nice. Again, that's how the tail moves. I'm not gonna mess with it too much with just one hand right now, but yeah, that's pretty much my unboxing for the MonsterArts Shin Godzilla the 4th night combat version. So this camera is really not doing me justice, but anyways, so that was my unboxing for the MonsterArts Shin Godzilla the 4th night combat version. I know it was pretty short, but Again, he didn't really come with any accessories, which is fine. I can't really show off the articulation, but either way, super happy to have this in my collection. Huge fan of Shin Godzilla, and again, this is my favorite version of Godzilla himself. This creepy, well, creepy, I think it looks awesome, but others think it looks scary. But that's kind of what I like, when other people get scared of things I like, you know? Anyways, yeah, my favorite version of Godzilla always been Shin, and having this guy in my collection really means a lot. And yeah, so can't wait to pose him around and display him on one of my main displays. And one day you guys will get a full-on room tour. You guys got a good view of a little chunk of my room when I showed off the translucent part of him, but other than that, someday you guys will get to see my room. Once I hit a certain amount of subscribers, I'll do a room tour, and you guys will see most of my collection, all of the ones that I have on stands, on my display, whatever you call it. And yeah, he's definitely gonna be on it for sure. He might even be on my main stand for like my best figures, but I really like this guy a lot. And Tamashi Nations, you've been slacking with SH MonsterArts recently, but with this figure, y'all outdid yourselves. Beautiful figure. Absolutely highly recommend if you're a fan of Shin Godzilla like me. And I will say this though, this figure is discontinued. It released back in 2023, so at the time it was $130, I think. Now you're gonna have to pay like about $300 for this guy. So it is a heavy price, but it's only gonna get even more expensive later on. So if you want a Shin Godzilla, a definitive Shin Godzilla, either go for this one now or wait for Haya to do their own version, which they probably won't for like another few years, knowing Haya. But nonetheless, yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and or subscribe. Y'all have a good day, everyone. Stay safe, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.